Today I'm going to show you how to connect to a MySQL database using Python. I'll be using PyCharm by JetBrains. So you can download it here for free. I'll also be using the map stack for MySQL. And I also created a database with the name, first name, and last name. As you can see here, I don't have MySQL in my package library. So the first thing I want to do is go to the MySQL website. I want to go to Downloads, Community, and then I just want to go to the connectors and just download the Python. For this tutorial, I'll just download Platform Independent, and I'm just going to download the zip drive. I've already downloaded this to my desktop, so I'm just going to unpack it, and I'm going to open up my terminal. I'm going to change my directory to my desktop. I'm going to list all the items inside of my desktop, and as you see, I have the connector right here. So I'm just going to change my directory and go into it. And I want to use the setup.py. And I'm going to install it into my Python 3 application. So I'm just going to install, and it's now installed. Okay. Next, I'm going to open up my PyCharm application. I'm going to go back into my project. And as you can see here, it's now installed into my package library. So I'm going to just create a new file. Okay, first thing I need to do is import my MySQL package. And I'm going to do some error handling. So I want to also import the MySQL error to handle the code. I'm going to create my try catch block. Okay, so I'm going to create a connection variable, and within that variable I'm going to create a user, which is root. My password's root, and these are just this is the default user for MAMP. My host is going to be localhost. My database that I'm using is called test. I'm going to clean this up. And then if this does work, I'm just going to print out it works. Okay, so if I have an exception within the MySQL connector, I'm going to use the error module as E. So if I receive a error code, where my access is denied, I'm going to print something's wrong with my password. Or if I have an error code bad database error, I'm just going to print out database does not exist. Else print and print the error code. So I'm going to line this up. Okay. Now within my cursor, I'm going to create a connection variable. So for my first, it's going to be variable is going to be an insert statement. So insert into my name table the first name and last name, values, and I'm going to create placeholders for my values as strings. Okay, my first name I'm going to just have Ray. My last name I'm going to use Donovan. And then I'm going to create a variable for my employee name. It's going to be used for the first name and last name variable we just used above. And I'm going to create execute. I'm going to add my I'm going to run the SQL statement, and then I'm going to add the employee name into the execute for the argument. I'm going to create a new connection to commit, and then I'm close out my cursor, and then I will close out my connection. Now I will, as you see, there's nothing in there, so I'm going to run it, and now I have Ray Donovan. I could change the name to James King. I'm run it again. I'm sorry. I'm run it again, and now I have James King. If I were to enter the wrong password, I get an error saying something's wrong with your username and password. If I use the wrong database name, I get an error database does not exist. And that is how you connect Python to a MySQL database. Thank you.